Right, Tim, your group, Americans for Prosperity, says you should have congressional approval before you raise tariffs. That's been your line for a long time.
Right.
You oppose the tariffs that President Trump has imposed.
Across the board,
Across the board. You don't like them. Okay. I put it to you.
Yeah.
Without tariffs, the president has no leverage with China at all. It was the only tool in his box that could be used to get China to the table.
It's leverage on the backs of American soybean farmers, wheat farmers, pork producers. It's leverage on the backs of American consumers who are going to see and are seeing higher prices when they go into a Walmart or a Target. It's a high price for leverage. And we noticed economic growth wasn't quite what we were hoping for. It's good, but we were hoping to blow past 3%. I do think, and we look at the analysis of these tariffs, and they've absolutely played a role in lowering economic growth. There's no way around that. They're a tax on Americans. That's what tariffs are.
How else would you, if you were in the position of the president, you're negotiating, you're trying to get a new deal with China, how else would you get them to the table and agree to anything if you have no tools in your box to get them to the table?
The Trans-Pacific Partnership was carefully negotiated in Asia. China was a party to that. We should look at agreements like that. We had an agreement. It wasn't perfect, and we talked about some of the problems with TPP.
They were breaking it. And everybody
it wasn't even in place yet.
Okay.
Trans-Pacific Partnership wasn't even in place yet. But I'm telling you, when you
are you a Trans-Pacific Partnership guy? You wanted this multilateral trade deal? You were in support of that?
NAFTA has been good for this country. That was a multilateral trade deal. Multilateral trade deals are a good thing. Trade raises prosperity for this country. There's no way around it. And, Stuart, when you look at government picking winners and losers, which is cronyism, tariffs do that. Look at the steel tariffs right now.
Yeah, okay,
they're devastating so many American businesses.
I got it.
I read today, Ford Motor Company lost $1.1 billion in higher steel prices. That impacts the profit sharing of line workers on those factory floors. That's not fair. It's not right. But that's what tariffs do. They pick winners and losers, and they lower prosperity for everyone.
Okay, I do take your point, Tim. I'm not just going to flat out dismiss it at all. I'm simply going to say, you're faced with Xi Jinping. He's breaking all the rules. I mean, all the rules. They're stealing your stuff. They're forcing transfer of technology. What do you have in your toolbox to say, knock it off, stop it? How do you stop them doing that?
The intellectual property theft is terrible, and American companies go in eyes wide open there. But to conflate the intellectual property stealing with China and to mix it in with trade deals and tariffs is not the way to do it. Keep them separate. Let's negotiate separate. Conflating the two doesn't help us. And I'm telling you, it's leverage on the backs of American farmers, pork producers. Think about that. That's not fair to the rest of the country.
We've disagreed for months on this, and I suspect we're going to disagree forever. But give my best wishes to your son.
Always, always. He loves you. I'm getting a little jealous, by the way. Come on, I want him to love me a little bit, the old dad.
Tim Phillips, you're all right. You can come back if you're not careful. Thank you very much indeed, sir. Seriously.